You didn't hear the warning shot. They didn't give one. The King's Navy stopped negotiating with men like you a long time ago. To them, you were never a sailor, never a captain, never a man with a name worth speaking. You were a rat, and rats don't get warnings. They get exterminated. The first thing you feel is the heat. The second thing is the ringing, this deep, hollow ringing that fills the space where sound used to live. You're flat on your back and you don't remember falling. The sky above you is wrong. It's gray and orange and full of things that should not be airborne. You try to breathe. The air tastes like gunpowder and burning rope. You push yourself up on shaking arms, grab the cutlass from the deck beside you, and that's when you really see it. The black wagtail is screaming. Not the men, not yet. The ship itself, the wood, is making sounds that wood was never supposed to make. Cracks that run from the waterline to the mast, sounds like a giant snapping a spine over its knee. And there, cutting through the smoke like a cathedral of war, is the Invincible, a man-o'-war. 50 cannons, white sails fat with wind. She isn't rushing. She doesn't have to. She knows you have nowhere to go. You've sailed these waters for 12 years. You've outrun frigates, outfoxed coast guards, survived 3 storms that had no business leaving survivors. But you have never seen anything like this bearing down on you. And the ship, your ship, is already leaning. They're on the deck before you can reload a single pistol. Redcoats, dozens of them, dropping from ropes and boarding planks, hitting the tilting wood with their boots and their steel and their absolute certainty that they have already won. And maybe they have, but certainty has gotten people killed on this ship before. You engage the first one clean, parry, riposte, one clean motion. You've done it 10,000 times in port towns and back alleys and on the rolling backs of 100 different seas. Your body knows this. Your hands know this. Your hands are the last part of you that isn't afraid right now. But the rhythm is wrong. The deck is slick. Not just sea salt, blood. The blood of men you've worked alongside for a decade. Men who knew your real name. Men who knew which side of the hammock you slept on and what you muttered in the dark when the nightmares came. Their blood is under your boots now, and it is changing the way the world feels beneath you. You take down another and another, and then you look up at the quarterdeck. Your captain is there. 3 bayonets have him pinned against the rail. He looks at you across the chaos and the smoke, and there is no fear in his face, just this hollow, exhausted look, like a man who finally ran out of road. He doesn't shout anything. He doesn't reach for you. He just looks for one long second, and then they shove him over the rail. He doesn't scream on the way down. Another broadside hits like God slamming a fist into the side of the world. The ship doesn't just shudder, it convulses. You go down hard, hands and knees on the deck, and when you try to stand, you realize the floor beneath you isn't flat anymore. It's a slope, and it's getting steeper. You drop into the hatch to get away from the musket fire. The dark swallows you immediately, and the cold. The seawater is already waist-deep in the hold, black and shockingly cold, and it hits you in the chest like an accusation. Barrels bump against you. Crates groan as the water lifts them off their moorings. You think about the powder room. It's maybe 40 feet aft. If the fire above finds it, and fire always finds what it's looking for, the black wagtail stops being a ship and becomes a moment. 3 seconds of light, then nothing. Then the ocean closes over the nothing like it was never there. You should swim for the hatch. You should go up. You should surrender. God help you, even surrender is better than this. But you don't go up. You go deeper, because the treasure room is down here. And you know in some animal part of your brain that has never once made a good decision that you cannot die poor. You cannot let the ocean have it. You cannot let the king's men pull it up in nets and melt it down and put it in the coffers of the same crown that's been hunting you since you were 22 years old. You reach it. You grab the chest. The weight is immediate and total. It pulls your arms down, bends your spine, drags your boots along the flooded floor. You struggle to keep your chin above the waterline which is rising fast, faster than a man carrying treasure has any hope about pacing. You look at the gold. You look at the ladder. You choose the gold. It is the last choice you will ever make, and somewhere beneath the panic and the cold and the burning in your lungs, you already know it. You hear it before you feel it. A deep, muffled thoom from somewhere above and behind you, a sound with no sharp edges, just this massive rolling pressure that moves through the water like a wave through the inside of your chest. The powder room, gone. The black wagtail is gone. The hold ruptures. The water doesn't rise anymore and moves sideways, downward, in every direction at once, and you are inside it, spinning in the dark, and there is no up, no down, no direction that means anything. The chest is ripped from your hands. The hatch you came through no longer exists. You are not on the ship anymore. You are in the ship, in what remains of it, in the dark, churning gut of a dying thing, and it is taking you with it. The surface, the light, you can see it. Pale blue, distant, shrinking. You kick, you claw, you fight the water the way you fought everything in your life, with your whole body and nothing held back. And then the rope catches your ankle. You don't see it happen, you just feel it. That single, savage jerk downward, like the ocean reaching up with a hand and closing its fingers around your leg. It's attached to the mast. The mast that's sinking at a speed you can't begin to fight, dragging 50 feet of rigging behind it into the dark. Your arms reach up. Your hands open and close on nothing. There is no sound down here. You didn't know that before. You thought the deep ocean would roar the way the surface did, the cannons, the shouting, the crack of wood. But it doesn't. It is the quietest place you have ever been. The only thing you can hear is the slow, rhythmic escape of your own air. Small bubbles rising upward, heading somewhere you are not going. Your lungs feel like they're packed with hot iron. The pressure in your head is a color, not a sound, not a feeling, a deep reddish black that pulses behind your eyes with every heartbeat. The heartbeats are slowing down. You can feel each one now, which you've never been able to do before. They're becoming more deliberate, more spaced out, like something that's winding down. You look up. The surface is a pale blue square the size of a playing card, miles and miles above you. You watch it. You think for one strange, clear second about the port town where you were born, the smell of the fish market in the morning, the color of the harbor at dusk, things that have nothing to do with gold or glory or the chase, things that have been waiting in the back of your mind for 12 years and have apparently decided now is the right time to arrive. The piece of hull drifts over you, and a light is gone. You reach for the rope at your ankle. Your fingers find it. In the dark, you work at it, but your hands are slowing down the same way your heart is. The cold has been working on them for minutes now, and they don't close the way they used to. They move like they belong to someone else, someone far away, someone already deciding this is over. The gold chest is somewhere below you in the dark, falling faster than you, still heading for the bottom. You let go of the rope. But it doesn't matter. The rope holds. The ocean has you, and the ocean is not the kind of thing that negotiates with pirates. You taught it nothing. You frightened it not at all. It was here before you were born, and it will be here after everything you ever touch turns to rust and sand. And it does not care that you were brave or clever, that you once laughed so hard on a deck in the Caribbean that you couldn't stand up for 5 minutes, or that you had a name, or that the name meant something to someone somewhere once. Your eyes close.